At a party with my wife's friends, my wife said, "I control him like a puppy with one thing." They laughed. I didn't. I quietly took that one thing off the table, and with it, the control she thought she had. My name's Evan Price, 38, operations manager in Denver. I'm not dramatic by nature. But that sentence from my wife, Hannah, flipped a switch I didn't know I still had. The comment house party. Overpriced wine, strategic laughter. From across the room, I heard Hannah brag about how she kept me obedient. No scene, no shouting, just a cold snap inside me. Not rage, resolution. The list. Back home at the kitchen table, pen and paper, I wrote a list. Basic things I'd been postponing to manage Hannah's moods. Use the gym I've paid for. Saturday hikes with Marcus, lunch with my brother Tom. Schedule a physical I'd avoided because doctor visits made her anxious. Nothing radical. Just adult life I'd surrendered piece by piece. I folded the list and put it in my wallet like a new license. The first tests. 5 days later, "Babe, skip the hike and come rug shopping with me and Kara." Old me would have caved. New me tied his boots. "Hope you find a great one." Cue cold shoulder. I treated it like weather, annoying, survivable. That night I slept fine. The silk robe and the red dress, Hannah's nuclear options, arrived on schedule. Silk robe at the back door, Chinese takeout, wine, come inside now. Sounds nice. I'll finish this fence section first. The red wrap dress, the historic trump card. I kissed her forehead, complimented her, started dinner. No fight, no chase, no bargain. Attraction wasn't currency anymore. Magic tricks stop working once you see the wires. The neighborhood cookout. At the Hendersons' barbecue, Hannah tried the public narrative. Evan's been distant, like a puppy ignoring his owner. Our neighbor, Mari Santos, asked, "Is that mutual?" Silence. For once, I didn't rescue Hannah with a joke. Consequences stood on their own 2 feet. The cavalry calls Kara texted concern with weaponized emojis. I deleted it. Patricia, Hannah's mother, phoned from her lecture podium. Marriage is compromise. Partnership isn't ownership, I said between sets at the gym. The line rattled her. At home, Hannah fumed. I didn't hate her. I'd just stopped, pretending fine was fine. Lines in the sand one Saturday, coffee between us. I said the most cliché, true thing. We need to talk. Non-negotiables. Partnership without performance. No more manufactured crises to test devotion. Autonomy. My calendar isn't community property. Friends, gym, hobbies aren't contraband. Fix the foundation. No reset weekends to wallpaper rot. Affection isn't a reward system. If you can't do this, I said calmly, we separate, respectfully. Hannah stared at the truth like it was a new language, and finally whispered, "I don't know how to do that." "Then we'll learn," I said. Therapy 2 days later, we were in Dr. Patel's office. She trims excuses like hedges. My list: mutual respect, independent friendships, honest communication and affection not tied to good behavior. Hannah's list took longer. When your tools are control and performance, naming needs feels like learning to walk. To my surprise, I found myself rooting for her, not to save the marriage at any cost, but because a real partnership would require 2 adults, not a puppeteer and a puppet. Small wins. The lamp. The great lamp. Incident of 2025. Hannah wanted a boutique lamp. With a boutique price. Old script, guilt, punishment, or capitulation. New script, 20 minutes on budget and priorities. Decision to wait a month. No drama. Progress looks like that. Boring and miraculous. Shifting social gravity. At her sister's barbecue, the dumb husband. Jokes started. Hannah didn't join in. "Actually," she said, "Evan's capable. We're working on communicating." You could hear the social gears grind. Mari caught my eye and nodded. "Keep going." That night, Hannah apologized for years, of turning me into a story, an ongoing project for her friends. A small sentence, huge weight. The question. Months later, on our porch at sunset, she asked the first agenda-free question of our marriage. What do you need from me? I told her, partnership without games, respect without conditions, room for both of us to be whole people. When we disagree, we work the problem, not each other. I never learned how to do that, she admitted. I learned how to manage people, not just be with them. Then we figure it out, I said, or we part like adults. Where we are now. The jury's still out. Some days she slips, some days I suit up for battles that aren't coming. More often, we choose each other without coercion. What I know for sure, the one thing she thought controlled me? Gone. In its place, self-respect and clear boundaries. Staying married is a daily choice, not a sentence. If respect leaves, so do I, not in anger but in sanity. Hannah is learning that vulnerability beats manipulation and that honesty builds a deeper intimacy than any costume change. Maybe that learning sticks. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, I'm not anyone's puppy on a leash. I'm a man who knows. His worth and will only share a life built on choice, respect, and genuine partnership. Non-negotiable.